Good afternoon all. I'm very sorry that I am not able to join you in person today. International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women and Girls, or Orange the World as we know it now, and the following 16 days of activism are very important days in my calendar. They are an opportunity for us to unite, to be seen and to be heard in our shared commitment to tackling gender-based abuse. Let me spell out the scale of the issue. 2 women are murdered every week here in the UK. An estimated 144,000 women were victims of rape or attempted rape in the last year. That equates to more than 16 of the most serious sexual offences every single hour. An estimated 1.6 million women experienced domestic abuse in 2019. And nationally, the police are called every single minute in relation to a domestic abuse incident. These facts are staggering, and yet we know that they are only the tip of the iceberg. We know that women and girls experience sexual violence, abuse and harassment in our communities every single day. After the tragic murder of Sarah Everard, there was an outpouring, an avalanche of grief and anger from women across this country who spoke of their own personal experiences of sexual violence and abuse. From being wolf-whistled on the street, to unwanted, inappropriate comments and sexual touching, to heartbreaking stories of women whose lives have been ruined by abuse and violence. A recent UN survey highlighted that 86% of young women aged between 18 to 24 in the UK have been sexually harassed in a public space. Now, of course, the reality is that gender-based violence and abuse does not occur in a vacuum. It is part of a society that allows misogyny and patriarchal attitudes to fester, that leads to these types of behaviours going unpunished. If we don't address these daily occurrences of harassment and abuse and call it out for what it is, we will never seriously change things in our society for the better. We cannot keep doing things the same way and expect things to change. We must tackle this underlying culture of misogyny which is so entrenched in our society and devalues women. A culture which seeks to exert control over our bodies and has led to abuse and violence against women becoming all too acceptable. Even worse, a culture which has succeeded in putting the blame on us for being targeted. Tackling violence against women and girls is an absolute priority for me. It's a priority which I share with the Chief Constable, the Metro Mayor and the City Mayor. It's a priority shared by partners across our region. We are committed to working together to focus on this critical issue to make a difference for women living here in Merseyside and beyond. I'm already in the process of recruiting a Violence Against Women and Girls lead in my team, who will help monitor the policing and partnership response to tackling VAWG. Together with those working in our local councils, health and education, our criminal justice system and the third sector, we want to proactively prevent these crimes from happening in the first place and create a safer society. I am committed to monitoring the police response to these crimes, and I will publicly scrutinise their efforts to further improve the way investigations are carried out and the response to victims. But this is not an issue the police can fix on their own. We need to work together to change behaviour and ensure women and girls can live free from abuse and violence. Crucially, we must also ensure that anyone affected by these traumatic crimes gets the right response every time. When they report it, as they go through the court process, and as they try to cope and recover. As Police Commissioner, I have responsibility for how support for victims is delivered. That's why I am currently reviewing how services are funded locally through my Victim Care Merseyside service to make sure we are getting it right for them. There is much to do and there is no time to wait. But as we unite today to orange the world, we are sending out a strong, visible message that there is no excuse for abuse.